The sound of a ticking clock and the pretend jotting of a pen can be heard in the distance as a patient softly mumbles and bares his soul to his therapist. All seems normal until suddenly his conversation is interrupted.
I do apologize, Mr. Stevens, but can we get back to how you were feeling the night of the situation instead of the details of the situation? Just for a moment.
Yeah, sorry, what was your question again?
How long have you been feeling this, sensation you mentioned?
I mean, as long as I can remember, but it's gotten a lot worse since the blackout.
Interesting. And what exactly has changed?
The feeling, it's like, when it's dark outside, I can feel something else, or someone else, on my neck, you know? Like someone else is in the room with me, especially when I'm alone.
And this feeling is how you felt the night of the blackout as well, right?
Yeah, and I've had it every night since.
Okay, I think I'm beginning to understand a little bit more now. You saw your friend in a non-responsive state. That can be traumatic for anyone. But I still don't understand, why do you feel responsible?
Because I was there. It was me. I could see everything happening.
But, Mr. Stevens, there was no evidence of wrongdoing or foul play as security tapes show, and
I don't care what the camera shows. I know what I saw. I saw a face staring back at me. It had no mouth, had no ears, no nose. All it was
Okay.
was 3 glowing white eyes
Okay.
staring right back at me.
Okay. Deep breath. Relax.
Okay.
Okay. How about this? Humor me for just a moment and close your eyes.
What are you talking about?
Close your eyes for me, Mr. Stevens, just for a moment. Trust me.
Okay, just don't do nothing weird, all right?
The intensity dies down in the room for just a moment as Stephen reluctantly lies back in the chair and closes his eyes. Meanwhile, the sound of a metronome slowly fills the room as the therapist takes out his pen and notepad and proceeds to take notes.
Okay, now imagine the night as best as you can and tell me what you see.
We were talking, like we always do. Just having a normal conversation at work. He told me a joke from a show we was watching. We were both laughing. Next thing I know, the lights start flickering on and off. And everything goes black for a moment.
And then what happened?
And that's when I saw it. It had 3 eyes. Was looking right back at me. Next thing I knew, it was almost like I was inside of him. Like I was in his body. But at the same time, I wasn't. And I couldn't stop it. I couldn't do anything. It was like my breathing changed and I could see myself. As if my body was getting colder and colder. And I was breathing. But when I exhaled, it was like I could see parts of me leaving with every breath. Until finally I detached from it.
Detached?
It was like he died. I died. But I could see his soul leave his body. And then I returned back to mine. I could feel his body withering away. But I don't feel like myself. The same feeling I felt in him, I feel it. Like we're already gone. Like I know I'm gonna die too.
Interesting.
The therapist was reluctant to believe his words.
Okay.
The metronome continued to tick as the therapist finished the last of his notes, lowered his pen, and began to go over the details.
It seems as if you've experienced an out-of-body moment. Usually during these moments, we're able to tap into something deeper within ourselves or at least recognize what is happening in an almost dreamlike state. So, it is okay to feel like you're losing yourself because maybe that person was a part of you. Now, there are things here that I don't quite understand, Mr. Stevens. If you could help me understand, that would be great. 1. Your friend isn't dead. They are simply in a coma. And 2. The argument of victim and aggressor. For some reason, you feel both sides of the coin, Mr. Stevens. Usually when I have a patient, I get one or the other. Either they feel as if they are responsible for something that they may or may not have done, or they feel as if they are a victim of a scenario that is happened to them. But for some reason, you feel not only responsible, but you also feel as if you're a victim for a scenario that had nothing to do with you. As far as all evidence leads, there was no poisoning, there was no bodily harm of any sort. There was nothing, Mr. Stevens. Your friend just had a freak accident, an unforeseen moment, something that is unexplainable. You claim to have an understanding that just many others do not have, Mr. Stevens. So, if you understand the situation so well, who is the three-eyed man? Can you help clarify these things, Mr. Stevens? Mr. Stevens?
Stephen's eyes were closed.
Mr. Stevens?
His body was sweating profusely.
Mr. Stevens?
The doctor rose from his chair.
Oh, God.
He did not see any chest movements or a single sign of breathing, and suddenly the lights began to flicker. The doctor did not understand before, but he would certainly understand now, as another voice echoed in the room.
Thank you, Doctor. Now we understand.
With an audible gasp, he turned to look, but didn't see anything, and 3 glowing white eyes appeared between him and the darkness. The doctor tried his best to scream, but no sounds would be heard, as suddenly he could see himself, mouth wide open. And nothing more was said.